I'm running away from the past I left behind. I'm looking for answers, but I'm blinded by the light. I'm lost in the music, and I stay here for the night. I promise I'll be gone in the morning, out of sight and out of mind. Your legs are standing still. It's like you're stuck in a nightmare, but you keep doing it for the thrill. Well, this is reality, you only live it once, so wake up from your dream. But just for tonight, let the lines get blurred, let your thoughts be free, let your thoughts be free.
Hello and welcome, and hello, Steve-O. How are you doing?
Hello.
Sorry, I had to rush to the house to get a cup of tea, and I thought I was going to be late, and I just made it. I literally just made it. Hello, everybody. Is anyone in the chat, Steve-O?
They are indeed. We've got Top Tim ready for his demolition tomorrow as a Southampton fan. Andre Ramanathan, Thomas Maynard, Bilal. Max is here, Jace.
Max!
You were asking about him the other day.
Max,
is that you?
How you doing, mate?
Did you watch any Max and Paddy, Jace? Because I watched an episode last night. Hilarious.
No, I haven't seen any more, actually. I will watch some more, but that I watched... I did watch 2 episodes with my wife. It was quite funny. It was. I'm just trying to remember what. I'm trying to remember what happened in it now.
The plot lines aren't that.
I remember there was these 2 women. There was these 2 women. One of them was
episode, the sailors.
The sailors, yeah. And then after that, they... Oh, that was it, the TV. So basically I found out, so it was part 1, there's part 2, isn't there? You get the TV, and then they get those girls to nick... What do they use to get... Something out... Anyway, yeah. I'm not as good at telling stories as you are, Steve.
To be honest, I can barely remember that. Thomas, hello. Alex Vollo's here. Hello, mate. FBL Bailey. I never catch a live stream. I'm going to work in 10 minutes. I will listen on the way home from my Friday night radio station. Excellent to hear.
Hey.
Henry Kanainen. Hello.
Hello.
Don't recognise the name.
Are you new
Hello.
around here?
He isn't new.
Oh.
Is he not new?
No, I said, are you new around here?
Oh, sorry, that was a question to Henry. Boona here. Good afternoon, gents. Let me know if you want a guest on. I'm free for once and haven't joined you boys in a very long time. Yeah, I'm assuming.
Why not?
If we're available, yeah, jump in the Discord. James L is here, and there's loads of people here. Connor knows soccer. Hello, mate. Just Dad posting stuff. I haven't seen that name for ages. And Corey Langridge, FPL Spartan, Matt Smith, Dereco's here.
What? What is going on? Have we gone back to like 2018?
But it's like when you did your stream the other day and you were mentioning names I literally haven't heard for a year.
A yonks.
Just had a super chat.
What?
From Max. Didn't have the super chat. Hope you're both well. Best of luck for the weekend. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. That's the truth. I don't know what I'm doing, Jace. We'll get onto that in a minute. But you were...
Hang on, super chats has come up on the screen now. We got Max Roberts one says, "Hope you're both well. Best of luck. Thank you so much for this weekend. Thank you so much, Max. You're a star. I will say, I want to kick off that I don't go on Twitter much, like in terms of on FPL Twitter much, Steve-O. In fact, I'm very rarely. I'm very rarely on FPL Twitter, and I went on earlier today, and I saw a post, and I just want to highlight it. It was from Lynn FPL, and she put a post up saying, and I actually don't know who she's referring to. I genuinely don't know, but she put. I don't know if it was yesterday. And it was actually Boona that retweeted it. That's how I found out about it. If it wasn't for Boona retweeting it, and he commented on it, so she put out a tweet. I'm finding it now. This is how organized I am. I'm having to find. Oh my God, Boona tweets a lot.
Yes.
Boona tweets a lot. Oh my God. Where is it now? Now, when you're trying to find a tweet, it's like it's hidden in this like absolute haystack. So she basically puts a tweet out talking about people, content creators or people on Twitter that get big, and with that their ego grows, and essentially, this is doing my head in now. They then start unfollowing, like the previous accounts that they were following, or like the FPL community essentially. And she was calling it out, and I don't know who she was actually calling out. Like, someone may be able to tell me. And I know she was also talking about Raptor as well, because there's people copying. I mean, I've got my own opinion about people copying others in this game. I think it's personally. I mean, I just think it's a little sad that you don't make your own decisions, and that you rely on other people to kind of tell you what they're doing before you just basically copy them. She deleted the tweet. This is doing my head in now. I literally do.
Do you know what? Let's bring on. Should we just, if you go on Discord, let's bring Boona on to maybe talk about this subject then, because I think seeing as he's the one that retweeted it, I think it.
Yeah, I'm literally losing my mind right now because in fact, I've got an easy way of finding out.
So if you jump onto Discord, Jace, and then maybe Boona can tell us a bit more insight.
Story time
with Boona and Jace. Because this is all completely new to me, so to speak. Let's bring on Boona. Hello, Boona. You just need to unmute your mic, and then you'll be able to discuss. Yep, there he is. Hello, mate.
Good afternoon. I've DM'd it to you, Jason, on Elite FPL's.
Has she
Twitch
deleted
page.
the tweet?
No. I've said I've DM'd you a link to the tweet on the Elite FPL Twitter.
Oh, thank you, mate. Thank you. Let me bring it up
No
on
worries.
Let me just bring it up on the. I'm gonna turn on the fan because it's actually getting quite warm in this shed, believe it or not. Right. Oh, thank you for the DM. I see it now.
No problem.
Oh, it was October the 5th. She tweeted this out, was it? Right. Okay. Okay. Let me just bring it. Let me just.
But yes, I do tweet a lot.
You do tweet a lot. Yeah, you do, man. You tweet a lot. So Lynn FPL. Let me just share this window with everybody. How you doing, Boona? Anyway, in the meantime.
Very well, mate. Yes, I'm good. Just started my new job after 7.5 years at the last company on Monday this week, so everything's quite new. But
Is it a new job? When I say new job, I mean different, or is it the same field? But
same field, just a new company. Needed a bit of a change, but otherwise I'm keeping well. FPL's going there, but it's all right.
I think I'm level points with you, aren't I? Give or take.
Oh, then FPL is definitely going there.
What's going on?
I'm in the men, because you're in the Rivals League, aren't you? And I'm only a few places below you or something, because it's so tight at the moment.
I was very happy to see your Madison captain pull through, mate.
Oh yeah. Do you own him?
I own him, but didn't captain him.
Yeah, it's a shame.
I made a big mistake this week.
Who did you go with? I mean, I don't follow anything. So.
Well, I sold KDB for Salah, Captain Salah.
Oh man!
Had I not done
Brave.
or a -4 or a -4,
wow.
So I'm 25 points down on that, unfortunately.
Yeah, so you're on 485. I'm on 479. That's it.
I've taken a -4 this week, so now I'm on 481.
I've taken hits anyway as well, so it's fine. So Lynn tweeted out, people who start out as regular FPL managers but then have a great season, get 10,000 followers and then start to unfollow all the people who supported them from the start. Why? It's so arrogant, she says. Now, I don't know exactly who she is speaking about here. However, I read it and I thought, yeah, it sounds about right with the egotistical people that it goes to their head, right? This whole thing, like they start off humble. Well, some people don't even start off humble. Some people they think that they're entitled to have more. Like I remember being in a stream one time, and the person I was watching was just constantly saying about the view count. He kept saying, I've said it's a he now, so it's narrowed it down a little bit. Kept saying about, guys, get on Twitter. Let's get more people watching. Like,
can I play Guess Who?
I mean, I'm not here to like name and shame, but like I remember watching it going, oh my god, come on, dude! Like, you've got 5 or 6 people watching your stream right now that could be doing anything. That's what Steve-O says. They could be doing anything with their day. They could be watching whoever they wanted to watch, but they've chosen to spend part of their day watching you, and all you're doing is sounding like a little whiny brat, because you've only got, because you think that you are entitled to have 100, 200 viewers or something before you can continue with your content. That to me is just again, it turns me off. It turns me completely off that content creator straight away. And I always want to watch someone for their personality, for the information that they're giving out. I want to, if I'm not going to learn something about FPL necessarily, I want to learn something about them. I want to find out what they're doing, their thought processes, maybe some of the banter that they've got going on their channel. But so many people fall at that first hurdle. They get so cut up with the figures, right? They get so like, oh my god, I can't be doing very well, unless I have 50 people watching me. But anyway, Boona, you're free to have guesses, but I don't think I'll be able to tell you exactly what it is. But anyway,
FPL, mate.
This you tweeted out you actually retweeted this, and you said words to the effect of. Let me find what you actually said.
Yeah, don't say what I actually said. Oh, actually, no, it's all right. It's actually PG. I said, hate these sort of people.
Yeah, hate these sort of people. And then
You look at the amount of people that I follow 6,000 back. You look at most content creators and they only follow a couple hundred. So the person could be anyone, in fairness.
oh yeah, I think I was a bit harsher than you with what I
Wait.
said.
Oh.
Yeah, I said. So I replied to Lynn. Not that she would probably read it now, because it's been 2 days since the tweet went out. But I basically put egotistical fucktards are a thing, Lynn. Tragic.
50p?
Tragic, ain't it?
50p, Steve, are you hearing that?
Well, I mean,
Right, Max will donate again.
we're never gonna get through the stream without a swear word, right? Come on.
Yeah, that's fucking true, to be fair.
So yeah, that was my venture into FPL Twitter for today, and like I said, I haven't really logged on to my my account for Elite FPL Jason in months. In fact, is that a lie? No, when was the last tweet I did that? I know I tweeted out on the 3rd when I got the 100 points. Before that, it was September that reached beginning of September the 5th. There we go. Weeks. I go like 2 weeks and then I have a break for like 2 weeks. But anyway, Boona, what's new? What's new with you? What's new in the world of Boona?
Not too much. I mean, to be fair, it's been a really crazy year. I got married this year, started a new job, on the house hunt now. But personal life aside, just trying to find a way that I can get back to a sort of respectable finish in FPL, mate. Like, I've had 2 bad seasons. I'm currently 2.2 mil. Things have changed. I feel the FPL content market is just fucking saturated now, pal.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can hear an echo. At me.
Yeah.
The FPL. Oh, that's really irritating. One sec.
Well, you can hear an echo from me, is it?
No, it's
No,
Boona's
Steven.
echo. Boona's got an echo.
One sec.
Let me know.
There we are. That's all right. Sounds okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah, there's just the market for FPL content so saturated. Everyone's just telling people the same thing. So where we used to have, like, say, 10,000 clever managers, everyone's been brainwashed, say 100 people per those 10,000. All of a sudden, that's 1 million people doing the exact same fucking thing. And, it's just become really, really difficult all of a sudden to get a good rank. It's ruined the fun for me. It's not quite the same as it used to be because everyone's just doing the same shit. If you look at the people copying, for example, Raptor this week, move for
Sad,
move.
innit?
That's been the big thing on Twitter this week. I don't know if you
so
guys have
sad.
followed.
It's so
But there's
sad.
like 50 to 100 teams that have copied Raptor.
What's
like,
Raptor
move
done?
For move, and they're all
What's
inside the top 1K.
Has he revealed what his
mental.
next move is? Oh, hang on. Has Raptor revealed what his next move is? Thank you, Max. By the way, you don't need to
Wait.
keep.
Oh, he's actually donated, has he? Oh shit.
That's another one.
Max, can you donate again? What was I going to say? Yeah, so no, I think Raptor's actually going to wait till 1:31 tomorrow.
Oh,
He
my
said.
life. 1:31.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I think the I think this has gone a bit weird. Like, it's gone a bit kind of. It's just tragic that we've got so many people that are so addicted to this.
But the problem is that all the
style of content.
It's all the same content. I mean, even me, I'm the only FPL show that I try and listen into is your own one, Boona, the casuals, like every Sunday morning when I'm
no
on
longer
break.
me,
because
Llamas and those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just three people chatting, like me, you, and Jason are right this second. Just normal conversation. It's why I love Black Box for the first 10-15 minutes when Mark's being genuinely open and real, and then the last 10-15 minutes when they're doing predictions. But the middle bit, I personally just cannot stand because it's just not for me.
I don't watch any content these days. Like, I'll dip in and out, you guys and the FPL Juice guys, but that's because I actually find you kind of interesting to listen to. But these longer podcasts where they're talking about stats all the time, all saying the same shit. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love some of these guys, like the Black Box guys and the Wire guys. But content-wise, mate, I'm not interested.
You've met these people down at
Yeah.
meets.
Yeah.
You genuinely
from a
know
content
these.
perspective, I just don't care for it. Like, it's just the same old stuff. It bores me.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I don't. I mean, I personally don't specifically. And here's another legend, Jay. Juggernauts is here.
Juggernauts, man. It's been a while since we last saw you. Like, the thing is, if I was to seriously take heat maps, XG, expected assists, really seriously, and like just go ahead and plan the show, like basically plan what I'm going to say through the show, I would hate it. And not only would I hate it, but you as a viewer, whoever's watching this now, would know that I don't like it. And I think that kind of rubs off. Like, I guess the one thing about Elite FPL, what we've always done well is we've involved the community with everything that we do. With our discussions, for example, like we recognize that a lot of the community members that are here are in communities elsewhere and that are in other FPL related channels. But the thing is, what I like to say here is we actually, we tell their story, we tell how well they're doing throughout the season, and we actually, we recognize that there's a lot of really hardcore FPL managers in the Elite FPL community. What makes Elite FPL elite is not me and Stevo, it's everybody together. Whether that be in Hangouts, whether that be just in Discord text chats, or the people coming on and talking to us about their team, or whether it just be like Firetog and his, and essentially the Super Cup that we do. That I think is where we stand out. And we give and provide entertainment in the terms of like we don't pretend that we're going to win people their mini leagues, but what we do is we provide them thought processes behind our decision making, but we also give them a bit of fun and entertainment along the way as well. So
Damn right.
It's
just unfortunate, Jason, that to be able to get the traction that we've seen some of the larger accounts get in the FPL YouTube sphere, I guess you've got to do those shorter kind of informative videos where it's all about stats. That's what people want. I tell you what, FPL Mate has done well though. He started things off that way, but now he's introduced live streams once he got to a certain level of following. I think that works well for him.
I think with FPL Mate, I can honestly say that if there was ever an example of how to take advantage of the algorithm to package content which is consumable for a large audience and to appeal to them, FPL Mate is
he's mastered it.
Absolutely mastered it. And I'll be honest with you, I respect that he's managed to essentially corner the market in that sort of sense. But as long as he's happy doing it the way he's doing it, and he's sacrificed, right? He has sacrificed to get where he is. Hours away from his wife, hours away from his family and friends, putting together the graphics, putting together, the channel itself is, that channel is not an emulation of any other channel out there. He's done it all himself. And what I like is the fact that he's gone his own way. He's gone his own path. And yeah, there's been controversies, but there's controversies with everybody. There's been controversies with every streamer that gets to a fairly decent size, but that's because not everybody gets along. Not everybody agrees with everyone else, and that's what is part of being human, right? Sometimes people get it wrong. Sometimes people make mistakes. Not everyone's gonna like you as a person, for example. Everyone's gonna have their own opinion. So when it comes to people that FPL Mate has shown a tested and proven method of gaining exposure on YouTube, and big respect to him for doing that. But it's the people that are seeing these content creators and they're not willing to kind of be themselves. They're not willing to literally provide something that's a refreshing change to the content space. and they're coming in. They're using a similar sort of asset like graphics. They're trying to emulate other channels with graphics. There was, I remember seeing many times on Twitter arguments over how that looks like that stream, and you're doing the same sort of topics as that person. So there is a lot of crossover. But it's when people that they don't offer anything new, and then they complain that they're not growing, or they complain that they're not getting the viewership that they expect they should have. That's when the entitlement comes out, and that's when I start getting I have no sympathy for those people, one of the things that we get in our channel is people come here because they want to listen to me and Steve-O. They don't necessarily they don't get any information from us that they can't find anywhere else. They don't get they want
to see Steve-O lose his shit.
Yeah. They're like, oh, what's going to happen this week? Will Steve-O captain Kevin De Bruyne this week? And
yes,
there you go. That's going to be interesting.
-20 for a while, Jason. What do you think?
I'm taking a -8. I'm taking a -8 this week.
Can you take a few more moves this week? What do you think?
I don't think it's needed, but
Ben Dinnery doesn't think Martial starts.
Dinnery's taken Haaland out this week.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm
alpha male.
The week before, people were telling me that Rashford wasn't going to start.
Well, so big question this week then: how many goals does Haaland score? And
honestly, I bet you it's just one.
38 goals this season.
Any temptation for either of you to triple captain him this week? There's a few people discussing it.
Double game week. I'll triple captain him.
No.
No.
I honestly think he's just going to do a Bournemouth, get a goal and just one attack in return.
I've got a feeling that could happen as well, but you just can't go against it with the captaincy. It's just too risky.
I'm seriously tempted by Kevin De Bruyne.
You've got Kevin De Bruyne. I think Kevin De Bruyne is an absolutely wonderful pick this week. I think he could go big.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on?
So do I.
What's your thoughts on changing the subject slightly? What's your thoughts on Nottingham Forest announcing that the head coach Steve Cooper will be extended, a new contract signed for 2025?
I'm surprised, but I've got a lot of time for it. It's refreshing to see. There's too many managers that just got rid of way too soon, and they're showing loyalty to him. He's obviously brought in a lot of players, and they're willing to give him the chance to kind of prove himself. So I think it's a good move, to be honest. We'll see if there's a new manager bounce.
It's nice to see. It's nice to see clubs sticking with their managers, right? Because it's there's also another. This is what happens in our FPL general channel is we get tweets from random people. FPL Valinaria says, in yesterday's match, Martinelli was down for a minute or so, holding his ankle. About 5 to 10 minutes later, he was subbed off. Do we get to hear any news prior to that? Has there been any news on that? Has he got a slight nick, or is that just a tactical sub? He said that seemed planned 3 subs at the time, so no one seems to be concerned about that, right?
I've seen mention of it, but no one's really come out and said anything which would suggest he's injured, like today in the press conferences.
Obviously, Isaac being out still, Steve-O, you not getting Martial in?
Well, I may have already done it.
Oh, no.
No, I haven't done. I genuinely haven't done any transfers. I don't know what I'm doing.
Have you guys read the news
don't know what I'm doing either.
Do either of you still have Mitrovic?
No.
Yeah.
The news isn't as... I mean, it's what I expected, because, usually when there's a serious injury, we find out straight away that the person's out for a few months or a few weeks. But Silva's come out today to say it's not serious. Let's see if he can be ready for Sunday. If not, it sounds like he'll definitely be ready for Bournemouth at home next week. So for me, it's a 100% keep.
He's a keep, but I don't think he starts. I think he's a substitute against Bournemouth. Who are they playing for? West Ham?
West Ham away. If you can keep him this week, or even on the bench, and still, put out a decent team, it's probably worth keeping.
I think he's a substitute on Saturday, and then or whatever day they're playing. Yeah, I don't think he starts the game.
Who's he playing on Saturday?
It's West Ham, so it's Saturday or Sunday.
They're playing Sunday. Twice this week.
So yeah, they've got West Ham on Sunday at 2:00, and I don't think Mitrovic starts. I think he's just on the sub bench, and then, like you said, he'll be ready for the following week against what they called
Bournemouth.
No,
What?
Aston Villa.
Why is Buffy?
No, they play Bournemouth next week.
Why is Buffy saying,
Hold on a minute.
"Should I bench Madison?" Like you
Oh, I've
cannot
got
be.
the wrong
You
thing.
cannot be serious. Like you're just saying that
He
as
is
a
being
troll.
serious, and I can give you context behind why he's being serious.
Has he got a super
He's
strong
got a
bench?
bet. He's got a side bet in Hangouts with Jones Bloke. They've got a name change bet, and Jones Bloke says that Madison will get at least one attack in return, and Buffy's adamant that because of Bournemouth's recent resilience, he's not going to do anything against them.
James Alice saying, "You not reading chat? You not reading chat? You just been here talking about content creators. You're not reading chat."
Get out, you bastard.
Sorry, let's restart the stream and let's go back and fucking read every single one's message out. Sorry.
Yeah. The only person who'll understand this is Connor. Connor, imagine Mag saying that.
I was like, I look like, I was gonna do the what was it? What's it called? Tom Hardy in the brothers. What the two brothers?
Legend.
Craze. Yeah, the legend. When he's like
Francis.
no, when he gets angry in the pub because they turned up without guns.
Oh.
You know in chat, wankers. Anyway,
That is magnificent.
if we weren't demonetized before, we probably are
That is
now.
magnificent. Oh my god, well
Well,
done,
you
gents.
start saying some fucking clever, intelligent shit in chat, and I'll start reading it out. How about we do that then,
We're
shall
up to
we?
92 viewers. We will only continue this stream when we hit 100. Please share to your Twitter profile, please.
Yeah,
Oh my
when the people
God.
don't share this. We don't get invited onto other FPL channels. Like, yeah, like,
To be fair, we don't invite anyone else.
like, you imagine. So, Jason, what's your thoughts about the expected goal output of Soufal this week? I haven't fucking got a clue, mate.
But what about his net points XG?
Oh. But if you look at the heat maps over the last 5 game weeks, you'll find that he is a fucking shit. No.
Why are you talking like David Attenborough?
I don't know. I'm just trying not to give away any like impressions of anyone. Anyway,
Oh, that is magnificent.
like a western. Oh yes, like a western. Jason's voice cracked. Yeah, it did. Would you start
What?
Dobbins, Kamara? Oh, here we go. Just FPL is weird. Everyone has the same team, bar 2 to 3 players. Matt Smith, this is a correct. I love this. Everyone has the same team apart from 2 to 3 players. NFL fantasy is the way. I'm not starting NFL. There's one sport I do not understand. It's NFL. They've got like 50 players, haven't they? They've got like lined across the bit that like I watch NFL clips and like they've got attack and defense. I understand that, but they've got so many players along the sidelines. I'm like, how do you keep on top of who's coming on, who's going off? And also these rules, they throw a beanbag down on the field when they see a foul or a violation of something, and I've got absolutely no idea what on earth is going on. So yeah. Anyway,
As I'm looking at my transfers, I'll ask you this: did you watch the Man United game yesterday? Were you impressed?
I didn't watch the Man United game. Unfortunately, I was I was in a meeting and I was also doing some illustrations. So I saw the highlights. I was meaning to watch it, but I completely got thrown out by time. The highlights showed me, painted a picture which is going back, sort of like we're going backwards now. Like defensively, we let in some sloppy goals. What was that Cyprus team called again? Don't even know their name.
I don't know.
It was like Omicron or something.
Omicron. What's that? It's a variant, isn't it? But De Gea, I don't know what it is with De Gea, but he's been pretty invisible. Like he's not pulled off any saves in the last 3 or 4 games that I can honestly say, wow. Like he's let in some really soft goals. Really, and I mean, part of it's to do with the defense, of course, but like De Gea for me is a bit out of form. Like in front of goal, I think anyone at the moment can just slot the ball past him. What are my thoughts on the result? I'm glad we won it. Martial was just beautiful to watch. I love watching Martial. Well, obviously I didn't watch the full game. I only saw the highlights, but the touch, the ability to pick out the corner, shoot, and Ronaldo, God, it just seems like nothing's going his way. Like he had a great chance, great opportunity, put on a plate. I think Fernandes put it on the plate for him, and it was just like, hit the post, and you could tell by his reaction that he just thinks that everything's going against him now. A hand on his head, in frustration, screaming. Rashford getting a goal as well, tidy goal.
Do you expect Martial to start on Sunday?
Yeah. I expect Martial. I expect him to start. Yeah. Rashford is not his best position is out on the left. I would like to see Sancho dropped. I think he needs a game on the bench. I've not seen much from Sancho. I think he needs to be reminded that, if you're not putting in performances, you're not trying in games, you're gonna get benched. So yeah, I'd like to see Anthony, Rashford on the left, Martial at the top. That's what I'd like to see.
No, United still don't inspire me. I wouldn't go anywhere near them.
Well, I bought two
So the
in.
fixtures aren't even great. That's your bias, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, maybe. How many Spurs you got?
None.
There we go. No, I like Dalot. I've been saying Dalot is a player I've admired for a long time. I think he's actually a leader on the field. If you watch him, I think that he's got a very, very good delivery on him.
You haven't seen the Dalot news, have you?
Why?
I take it you haven't, because you're not on Twitter much.
No.
You haven't seen his doubt.
Oh, get out of town, Booner.
No, I'm being serious now. I'll send
Why
it
is
to
he
you.
doubtful?
He's what's it? Let me find out exactly the reason.
Yeah, Amanda, I am.
And Dinnery posted about it. He said, because I don't own him, he's a shit pick. No one pick him. That's what Ben Dinnery said, basically.
Oh, right, I see.
To be honest, I anything that comes from Twitter, I'm instantly just not taking it as valid. But there's been so many cases of trolls on Twitter getting people.
So many trolls on there, mate.
Yeah, Booney. so yeah, I don't go. I'm actually. I feel like I've got this cleansed soul for not being on this FPL Twitter. So I'm not getting influenced by these tweets and making me second guess.
In fact, I got blocked on Twitter by Andy Let's Talk FPL because of my fake team news, and all these people went from Twitter and started commenting on his YouTube live chat. And
oh no!
He was shitting it live on air. It was beautiful, but it all ended amicably. We had a DM exchange.
A DM exchange.
Yeah.
He basically told me, "Look, you're a lovely guy, but this can't continue, so I'm going to have to block you."
This is the thing, right? It's like if you're in a position where you're involved in. I mean, how many followers? How many subscribers? He's got this ridiculous amount of subscribers now.
Like over 300k.
Yeah, like he's such a big entity that like people like he has to be like squeaky clean, or he feels like he has to be squeaky clean. He feels like he can't make a joke. He can't certainly. And this is the thing, he's.
But in all seriousness, like I genuinely watch his live streams. If I'm available to watch live or listen live, I will do, because I just find it, from a psychological perspective, so fascinating that he will have 15,000, maybe upwards of 20,000, depending on the importance of the game week, and he's just there, just singing, like humming along and sat in silence, just tapping away on his thing. I find it fascinating. I find it absolutely fascinating that 20,000 people are tuning in, watching this. I think the guy's great. I love his second channel he does, but he doesn't really do anything for it anymore. He comes across as well. We've had him on the show, a really, really friendly guy. I
he is.
genuinely go out of my way to listen to anything that he's on. He was on a podcast, a really popular one, a football one, and I was just mesmerised just listening to the way he speaks. I don't think he's one of the very few people where the quote fame and the amount of this popularity hasn't got to his head.
He's keeping it real.
He's humble.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's keeping it real and he's humble, and I believe him. I believe how he comes across, and I genuinely find it really refreshing.
Yeah,
just walking along and just hear him just like you were just doing. Well, I was doing it, but then you started singing along to Fall Out Boy. That's all he does. And like people are like, "Oh, what are you listening to?" And he just talks, and it's like there are 15,000 people listening to this. Like you got people like Mark Goldbridge who like have to keep talking and talking and talking throughout, and like I've started listening to him actually a lot, Mark Goldbridge, when he does his stuff, because I just find him another one where it's so refreshing and different, and it's a real honest bloke just telling it as it is.
An honest assessment.
Yes. Yeah. Whereas, like, you know, without going over the subject matter, because I just want to move on from it, but like a lot of other things that I listen to is just this same formatted thing. It's like, yeah, fine, that's what you do, but it's just personally not for me. But unfortunately, in this field, in this exact field we're in, it's all people want. It's just tips. What can I do to be to win my mini league? Basically, who's the best captaincy option? Who's the best transfer? Just tell me what to do.
Max Roberts saying, I've fallen victim to Booner's fake news on Twitter on a number of occasions.
Oh,
right,
any
you're not
examples,
alone.
Max? I did get caught out by yours, Booner. What the hell was it? Christ!
I remember.
I did
this.
fall for it. It's when you changed it to Sky Sports News. Your logo or whatever. And I saw it was somebody was out. Now I didn't act on it. I genuinely didn't act on it because after 10 seconds I realised. Only
after retweeting it as well.
Yeah, it was Arsenal Fan TV, and then once you retweeted, I went, "Why the hell would they retweet?" Because it was, who did you say was out of the game?
Martinelli?
No. It was someone really important. I think it was about Jesus, and you said he wasn't starting.
Oh, was this game week 1?
No. This was quite recent. This was like 2 or 3 game weeks ago.
Oh, there's been too many.
Well, yeah, and you changed your thing to AFTV, and I was like, hold on a minute here, why would they retweet that? And then I looked, and I was like, I've been boonered. Okay, I've been boonered. Fair enough.
That's right. There's a long list. Don't
yeah.
worry.
But I didn't need to. I didn't act on it because it didn't technically affect my team. But
You know what? The amount of people that have acted on my news and it's worked out in their favour. Do you remember when I said Robertson was Robertson? Remember I said Robertson was benched and he actually got benched.
Wow.
Oh,
are you
really?
an ITK now?
Yeah.
I'm a wannabe.
So what did you think of Spurs the other day, Booner? Are you confident in Jason's Kane choice?
Yeah, what's your thoughts, mate?
Kane, or he's already got Kane?
I brought in Kane. Yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
On what premise? On what grounds, mate? We're shocking right now.
He keeps getting the goals.
I wouldn't
mate.
touch us with.
He
I wouldn't
keeps
touch
getting
us
the
with a barge
goals.
pole.
He keeps getting the goals.
Nah, not for me. It's not. It's just not value, especially when you're captain in Haaland. I just don't think Kane's value.
Yeah, he might be on Gameweek 12.
Who did we play? Did we play United?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna captain him against your boys.
If it's the right
There's
decision,
no
yeah.
chance
If
you're
it's the
not
right,
doing that. You're not doing that. You can't enjoy it.
well, against, like I said earlier on, anyone at the moment in front of David De Gea, I think's got a chance of scoring.
Tell us a little bit about your transfers this week, Jason.
Well, like I say, Trent Alexander-Arnold to Dillo. I did Tony to Kane and Jesus to Martial.
Who to Martial? Jesus.
Yeah.
We're -8.
Yep.
Interesting.
Going against the grain, mate. Going against the grain. Can't say that I'm a sheep. But I know I actually like the transfers. I like the look of the team going into this week and beyond. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done the -8 in the first place. I had to get rid of I had to like cut down on my City Arsenal anyway, so it's kind of given me that one transfer prior to the next week. And then I've got, I probably will. No, sorry, it was. Hang on. I'm just thinking now out loud. It was Cancelo.
Yeah, because you kept Trent, didn't you? Yeah, because
Do you regret
kept
that?
Trent.
Because you kept Trent and sold Cancelo instead.
No, I'm completely wrong. So I did Cancelo. Game week 9, I did James in for Cancelo, and game week 10. So for this game week, I did Alexander-Arnold for Dalot. There we go. So I got James in for Cancelo, and I brought Dalot in for Arnold, Trent Alexander-Arnold. There we go. I just had to remember exactly what I did then. So yeah.
Captaining Haaland.
Yeah, I'm gonna captain Haaland. Yeah.
Stephen, what's your thoughts on transfers this week? I know you've not made them just yet. Are you willing to divulge?
This is the absolute truth. My immediate reaction to last week was Mitrovic, and this is before I knew about Mitrovic this week, but I still am tempted to get rid of him. To Diego Costa for real, based on the eye test last week.
One second. Mount Captain says Harry Doherty. Harry Doherty, you better go ahead through and do that. I don't believe you. Just because you've got a Chelsea badge for a profile picture, I don't believe you, Harry. But no, what you were saying about Costa, Steve? You can't be serious.
I thought he looked phenomenal against West Ham, and if he had scored that header, this guy isn't match fit, and if he had put their header away, people would be all over him at 5.5 million for a player that back in the day had a phenomenal record for Chelsea. He looked so good in the 25-30 minutes he came on for. The only downside he's got Chelsea, but
you just don't know about his minutes though either, do you?
That's why that's exactly it, Bruno. That's why I'm kind of waiting on tomorrow or whatever day they're playing, and I'm just going to go.
After that though, Nottingham Forest, Palace, Leicester, Brentford, Brighton, not bad if he looks good tomorrow.
Yeah,
I think Steve-O's thought process is the fixtures, right?
Yeah.
It's not just that, it's the eye test. Just seeing him for that 25-30 minutes. If he scores tomorrow against Chelsea, people are jumping all on him.
Yeah.
If I could do this, I'm not.
So what are you going to do then? What are you going to do?
I don't know. If I could, I would do Aubameyang and Costa in.
Yeah.
But I can't do it. I'm 0.6 short. I'd love to get Aubameyang in. Fixture's brilliant.
I would as well.
He could be up to his best. He scored the other night.
How many transfers you got?
Just the one.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Take a minus 8 and get Cancelo out.
No. Not with their fixture up at the weekend. But, yeah. Oh, it would be dream world if I could get Aubameyang Costa, but I can't do it. It's just I'm 0.6 out. So I don't know what I can do with Isaac. The only thought process I'm thinking is literally just, Martial in for Isaac, Daka in for Isaac, because I've lost 0.1 now, so I can't just do the straight swap of Wilson in for Isaac.
Oh, Max is in the waiting room. Let's get Max in a second. No, I think those would be insane transfers if you could do those, but you can't. So it kind of sucks. Unless you were to free some money up elsewhere in your team.
But I can't. My money in the bank. I'm not like you, Jace. I haven't got money. I haven't got value in my team. My team value is appalling. I've lost so much.
Yeah.
And
how much is Trossard?
I'm not interested in Trossard.
No, not at all.
No.
Why not?
Why not?
Because he's got Spurs next.
Okay.
I prefer Trossard right now to Kane.
Oh, come on.
Really?
Come.
Seriously.
Come
Seriously,
on.
Brighton,
Hello, Eddie.
Mate.
Hello, Eddie.
Have you seen their fixtures? Oh.
6.7. Brighton's up.
His ownership is going to rocket from next week, I reckon.
Tottenham, Brentford, Nottingham Forest, Man City. His history.
I'm thinking of doing Martinelli to Trossard next week.
Yes. So he's got 5 goals this year. 3 of them came last week.
Yeah. I mean,
So
the hat trick is
it's not-
definitely influencing.
yeah, and okay, people are seeing the way Brighton are playing and stuff, but I think I'm gonna have to still wait on him. And yeah, it's all so it's 1.3 points, 8, 6 points, 2 points, 12, and 20.
Right, let's get Max in because he's in the waiting room. Hey Max, how you doing, mate? Good chat. So yeah, Steve. So what are you gonna do? It's Friday, man. You ain't got long to decide what you're gonna do.
I'm going to be doing a members video tomorrow morning for the score predictions and history, specifically the history,
Yeah.
and it's going to be all based on that. And I generally do think as well that I'm seriously considering Kevin De Bruyne captain. Go
Big
with
ball.
my old,
Do it. I like it.
go with the old gut instinct.
I wanted
Kevin
to bring De Bruyne in, actually, back in after selling him last week, but I just needed funds elsewhere, so I brought in his little minion, Foden.
Foden, I'd love to get rid of Cancelo and bring in Foden.
Don't do that. I reckon Cancelo's in for a really good week this week. He's going to be back on the right as well. He could get a monster haul. He's actually
this
not a
is
bad outside captain shot as well.
There we are. Haaland, KDB, and then Cancelo. Could be the top 3 captaincies this week.
Are you going to be on a minus this week, Stephen?
I'm tempted to do the -4 because, like I said, I don't think Mitrovic starts. But it's who do I bring in striker-wise? Moving. Oh, that's another player I'm seriously considering as well. Scamata.
Scamacca.
Yeah, good shout.
Scamacca, yeah.
Schematic.
Yeah.
He's schematic, yeah. He's another one. He's 6.7. You know, he's in form. He scored yesterday as well. He scored last week. I'm assuming he's first choice. Again, gonna have to do a bit of research into it, but I think Scamacca as a one-off week. So I don't know if it's
like
a better punt than Martial, but certainly they're at home against Fulham.
I tell you why I think it is. This is an interesting fact. Did you guys know, I found this out from the Hangouts earlier, by the way, this isn't my own information, that Everton have conceded the fewest goals this season in the whole of the Premier League.
Yeah, and I was saying that Everton got the worst defence in the Premier League.
Yeah.
My last stream.
Yeah. They're doing really well this year, Everton, defensively. And I can see that game against Man U. I'm probably going to predict 1-0, probably to Man U, something like that. Maybe 2-1, because Man United need goals. But it's going to be tight, Jace. You're expecting quite a bit of fun there, aren't you?
Hopefully. Thank you, Choco Cookies, for that subscribe. I hope so. We need to bounce back from that awful performance against City. So yeah, why not?
Yeah, John Harris is saying that it's a nice little differential. It's almost like a 1 week punt. Almost like a 1 week punt because Kafal ain't gonna be playing. He ain't gonna be playing.
No, he played last night, didn't he?
Yeah. And I'd love to get Costa and Aubameyang in. That would be fantastic. But
Aubameyang's a good shout, mate. I'd do that.
yeah,
I would wait on Costa. Do you need to do both?
but I can't get him in for free.
So where else can you downgrade? So you're thinking to downgrade Mitrovic and what, Tony, did you say?
Isaac. Yeah. It's Isaac's the guy who has to get gone.
What about Edouard?
Sorry?
What about Edouard?
Crystal Palace. I've got Zaha. I've got
Okay,
Zaha in the team. And I don't really want to be doubling up on Crystal Palace. I'm not particularly much of a Crystal Palace fan. So I don't really want to be going down that route of bringing in another Crystal Palace attacker. They got Leeds at home. Again, tight game. don't really see many being scored there. Whereas there's always that possibility Mitrovic, like last year in the Championship, can come off the bench and maybe nick a goal against West Ham.
Given how
Tired West
pivotal
Ham.
he is, he might even start, to be honest.
See, I think even when Mitrovic is fit, there are chances that he gets benched, like he did last year. There were moments where people thought that he'd be playing, and then he'd just get benched. So I don't think Marco Silva risks it, and then bring him back for Bournemouth, Aston Villa, Leeds, just get him fully fit.
I brought in Bowen and Foden this week.
That's who you're bringing in?
I've brought in Bowen and Foden already for a -4. Salah and Leon Bailey.
Wow. See, even though I can't stand Salah this year, I'm expecting that game against Arsenal to be really high scoring. I think that could bite you, Boona.
I hope not. You scared me now.
Foden could even be benched.
He's not going to be benched. He's just been benched midweek.
Oh, didn't he play on Champions League?
No.
Oh, that's all right then. Oh, that's okay then. Okay, so he'll be starting versus thingy then. Bowen as well.
Thank you for the subscribe.
Bowen and Foden in for Salah and Bailey. Well, obviously, there's an upgrade on Bailey. I mean, they're both got really good fixtures. Bowen and Foden. I'm stating the obvious. It probably will just about pay off, but I just have this feeling that Salah may bite. I'm always into this. It's not. What's the reverse of jinxing, Jace? What's the reverse of that? The opposite.
What?
I can't think. You know, when something you think should have happened the week before, it doesn't, and then it happens the following week. So, for instance, people that captained Salah last week, he did nothing, but then this week, when you don't expect him to do anything, he goes and gets what he should have done the week before. And same with the likes of Kevin De Bruyne. You know, Mark Southerns, he captained Kevin De Bruyne. I say only, but he got 2 assists.
There's a word for that, is there?
There is, but I can't bloody think what it is. But anyway, I just have a feeling that Salah may go a bit mad.
T-Tac said it's Sod's Law.
Sod's Law, that's it. It'll be Sod's Law that Salah will pop up this week. But again, you've brought in Foden and Bowen, 2 excellent players. I think it should be fine. And moving forward, they've got really good fixtures. So and Foden's always going to be.
I have still got 5 players though that play in game week 12. So I'll probably hold my transfer next week and then get rid of the 2 Arsenal and see what's brought in game week 12. But yeah, I'm not too concerned. There's people losing hair and sleep over the fact that they've got so many assets in game week 12. But it's not the end of the world.
I don't care about this. Everybody's banging on about game week 12. Whoop-de-doo, Man City and Arsenal don't play each other. Who cares? Hello, Natasha. Welcome. I don't care about game week 12. I'll just come to it when I come to it. It's like Jace. It's like, who was it? Dread in the comment section on one of the members' videos said about how everybody's banging on about bringing in Zaha, and he said, I don't give a shit about Zaha. He doesn't rate him at all, so he's not bringing him in. And Dread's doing, as you all know, Dread's doing really well this year. And he's a player that I respect in this game. He generally does do a Jason and just goes with his own personal decision making, and it shows in his rank. He's 324k, and he's doing exceptionally well. And he does pop up with these random transfers and different thought processes. And yeah, like this week, for example, bringing in Daka. He's jumping on the Leicester bandwagon with Daka and Maddison. I mean, this week he has Jesus, Haaland captain, Maddison. He's got Diaz. He's got Rashford for this game as well. So, yeah, I think it's great that these different thought processes. I think that once we kind of just stick to your own plan rather than trying to be swayed by others, it would be interesting if there was no such thing as content and we just went with what we genuinely thought where the different people's rankings would be, rather than because don't get me wrong, most people will be captain. In fact, I would argue that 95% of the game of active players are going to be captain in Haaland. But
Oh yeah, his EO is going to be about 190, 195.
yeah, I just have a feeling he's going to just get a single digit haul and a single digit from a goal, and it's Kevin De Bruyne that steals the show. Genuinely.
There you go.
Could
Go
well
with
be.
go with your gut. Go with your gut feeling, Steve-O.
That's the thing. That's pretty much what I'm seriously thinking of doing.
Max, I don't know if you were trying to talk. I saw you light up a few times. If you're listening into the stream, we want to hear from you. So, yeah, hopefully you can fix it. Go into settings on... He's back in the waiting room. Max, are you there? Can you hear us, Max?
Can you hear me?
We can now, yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
There
You
we
fixed
are.
it.
There's Max.
My Discord's just been having a nightmare, so I don't really know what's going on.
Well, welcome.
How are you all?
Good.
Well, what do you think of Booner's -4? Bowen and Foden in for Salah and Bailey.
Interesting. I like Foden, especially after last night. At the Champions League game. And West Ham, I think, are starting to turn it around. So I do quite like that as well. However, you got rid of Salah, right?
I did.
It's weird because even though Salah's not been doing anything, I know he got a penalty goal in midweek. Salah has now become a differential, which I can't believe I'm even saying. And that's the reason I'm keeping hold of him. Because I feel like if he bangs, I may move up the ranks just purely because of that. And there's not actually many people that I want to bring in for Salah as it stands.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do quite like those transfers. I've taken a Manas for myself, and I think I've taken Trent out, which is the first time I've done that in probably 3 seasons. And I took Kyle Walker out just because he looks like he's a long-term injury. Brought in James and Trippier because I think Trippier's fixtures are really good, and he's just going to keep going up and up in price, and I'm just going to get priced out eventually. And James looks like he's set at right back for Potter now, so I think he will be a good option in that Chelsea side. So
I didn't catch that. Who are your transfers?
So I took out Trent and Walker,
Yeah.
and I brought in James and Trippier, so 2 defensive transfers.
Oh, Trippier.
Yeah, I've wanted Trippier for a long time, and his price just keeps going up by 0.1 every single week, or that's what it feels like anyway, and I just feels like I'm going to get priced out if I don't buy him sooner rather than later.
Brentford,
And then
Man United, Everton, Tottenham.
Yeah.
He's conceding in all of them. I'm
You
telling
reckon?
you that. Oh, yeah. Apart from maybe the Everton game where that's probably going to end up 0-0. 1-0 either way.
I think you missed the boat on Trippier. I don't think this was the time to bring him in.
No.
Possibly not, but the thing is, Trippier has attacking potential, right?
Yes.
So he can, if they get a free kick anywhere near the 18-yard box and Trippier's over it, I don't think anyone can say that you don't fancy that hitting the back of the net at that point. Like, he is fantastic at free kicks, and obviously he's on set pieces, corners, etc. Like, if he concedes a goal, there's still a decent chance that he can get an attacking return. I think anyway. But yeah, like, for me, this week was just kind of sorting my team out. No big moves really. And again, Haaland captain. How can you ignore him?
But this is exactly it. How can you ignore him? You can't, unless your name's Steve-O.
It's ruining the game. To be honest, mate.
You're not going to captain anyone else other than Haaland. Surely not. You've learnt your lesson. Surely.
John Harris says it here.
You can't be serious.
Fair play to you, Captain Kevin De Bruyne, Steve. After what you went through last week with Haaland, if you think KDB outscores Haaland, then it makes sense.
Dude, I'm telling you now, if you start whining because next week, like in a few days' time, if you start whining because your captain didn't get that double-digit haul, then I've got no sympathy for you, man. You know all the risks.
I would not be whining about that because I'd be expecting
like,
that.
Nobody thought that Ireland would get 6 goals against Bournemouth. But like, okay, you know, you are playing with fire. You really are.
You are right, but I just
and you don't care.
This
It's
is
fine. If you don't care about playing with fire, then
Eva, what's the percentage likelihood of you doing this?
60%.
I like it. I like it a lot. Do it.
60% chance that I go through with it.
I don't know about anyone else, but Haaland's ruining the game for me. Like,
No, I don't think so. I think he's making the game. He's now making it more tactical, and now we need to be clever with the rest of our team. I like it.
Just means that it just means that the captaincy pick that was the cherry on the cake, right? The captaincy was the cherry on the cake. So you got your team right for that week. But if you've picked, like, the separate event was, do you pick the right captain? And week in, week out, in the past, we've had options like Salah, KDB. We've had Aubameyang. We've had Kane, Sterling, Aguero in years gone by as these captaincy picks. Whereas now you've got one player that is literally the standout captaincy pick every single week.
I completely agree, and it feels like he's fixture proof as well. So
there's no fixture
that's the thing that gets me. So like, if Liverpool have Forest at home and Man City have Man United away, you still can captain Haaland. I mean, that's how ridiculous the game's got.
Yeah.
In terms of the picks.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't like, it all depends. I see what Boone is saying. Like, yeah, you've still got to make, in order to gain ground in the game, you're still going to have to make, maverick moves and bringing in players you're ahead of the crowd in that are going to perform well. Obviously, yes. I mean, but like we said earlier on in the stream, 7 or 8 of the 11 players that we're seeing across all of the mini leagues that are taking the game seriously are the same.
Yeah.
And it's the margin of advantage you have right now over others is really small. Like, really small compared to what it would be if the captaincy was up in the air and everyone had so many different decisions and dilemmas when it came to it. Like, so I get what you're saying. Like, you are not going to make, I'm sorry to say, you are not going to make massive gains in FPL this year as long as everyone's captaining on the same player. And the similarity between teams is such, like 8 or 9 players. You're just not going to make gains. Like, across, like, massive jumps in rank are not going to happen if everyone's doing that. If things start getting more, like, chaotic and people are like, they suddenly got 3 or 4 decisions to make in that one position, and then, actually, who's the best player to bring in, and the template starts being broken up, then yes, that's when you can start to see 20 points, 30 points caught up per game week. You're not going to get 20 points caught up. Like Steve-O right now, if he gets Martial in his team, and plays it, brings another player that I've got in my team into his team, he's going to captain. Okay, he's saying he's going to captain De Bruyne. Okay, but if he does captain Haaland, he's not going to gain 20 points on me. Nowhere near. He might gain 8 or 9 points on me at best. With the difference of players that we've got between us. So it's kind of like, I can see exactly what you're saying. Like, in terms of trying to, climb up the ranks and catch the mini league leaders, it's very difficult right now. Really difficult. In fact, I've never known the game to be so, I don't want to say stagnant.
I was going to say still. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, it's like the opportunities aren't as much right now. And that makes the game, some might say it's maybe more boring. Some others might say less, like the opportunities just aren't there. So, will people's attention spans turn away from FPL? Will people give up earlier than what they would normally do? If this continues, which I don't see it changing anytime soon. And almost like I'm loving the idea of Game Week 12, because Game Week 12 people can't captain Haaland. So what are they going to do? Who are they going to captain? So that Game Week 12 will be the refreshing difference to see who are people going to captain? Who are people going to have in their squad? Because there's no City and there's no Arsenal, and a lot of people.
The sheep will go to Salah, and the bandits will captain Trossard.
So for me, like, I think the way the game has turned at the minute is the risk reward is less. So, for example, if you bring in a differential player, you cannot captain them because the fear of Haaland banging is so big. So if that differential player has a good week still, you're still only up 4 or 5 more points than you would have been.
Yeah, I've got a question.
That's the issue.
I've got a question
like,
for
you
you
can't,
guys in a second. Sorry, carry on.
No, just saying, like, so let's say last season, you could have potentially bought in a differential and captained them. And that shoots you 20, 30 points up the leagues if it goes right. Whereas now you can't actually do that. Because if Haaland bangs, like he will do every single week, if you bring in that differential, you're making 4 or 5 points up. It's just not enough to take that risk to do it. And that's why I'm not enjoying the game as much as I have done in previous seasons. Like, I'd love to go without Haaland, but how can you do that? It's just not possible if you want to try and get rank.
Yeah.
And my other things that I was about to say was, I'm not convinced Martial starts at the weekend. that might be controversial and people may disagree with that, but I think Rashford starts.
Yeah, I think Rashford starts. I think Martial and Rashford start. Yeah.
I think they still play one up top.
Yeah, I think they play Rashford on the left because that's where he's more impactful. If you look at the goals, look at the goals he scored, right, and look where the positions he's been in. Like, even when he's broken through the defense and he's gone 1-on-1, like, he's always on that left wing. Like, he's not. His best position is left wing. Like, and he can still be on the last man at left wing. Like, he doesn't have to be a striker, and I don't think his best position is striker. Whereas Martial, he is smart. He can hold the ball up. He can see the pass. He finds passes. He's able to turn. He's able to, like, for me, he's a much better striker than Rashford in terms of what he does and what he provides for the rest of his team. I'm
not disagreeing with that statement whatsoever.
Sancho for me doesn't. For me, he hasn't earned a starting place. So
like I agree, and I'm not disagreeing with the arguments you're putting forward.
And Ten Hag absolutely, like Matt's saying, Ten Hag loves Martial. Scored again in his cameo last night. He's got a smile on his face. I don't see what the benefit would be. Why would you bench Martial? All you're gonna do is piss him off. He's just been injured. He's come back from injury. He's had rest from injury. He's people question marks over whether he's match fit. Doesn't seem to be unfit to play games. Why would you bench him? You're just going to piss him off.
I'm like I say, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I just don't feel as if he will start that game. I think Rashford will start up front, and the line will be Sancho, Fernandes, Anthony in those attacking positions.
Yeah,
and you make all good points, and I don't disagree with any of them. I just think that Martial will not start the next game.
I disagree. Well, that's good. I respect your opinion. Dally Pool says, calling people sheep, but then laughing at Steve-O for not going for Haaland captain. I'm not laughing at Steve. Was I laughing at Steve-O? Like, I don't think so. I will call out people that don't make decisions for themselves and that will just go with a crowd, and I will say that they are sheep. Yes, but there's a difference between that and seeing Haaland. And understanding the threat that he provides for Man City, and the fact that there's no one else in the game that can offer the same output, in my opinion, week in, week out. Like, he's literally an animal. He's a monster. Cheat code is what Steve-O would say. And all I'm saying is, if Steve-O agrees with me on that point, in fact, he even himself says that he's a cheat code in the game. You're playing with fire by not captaining him. Then you've got absolutely no right to complain if the alternative captaincy pick that you go with it doesn't outscore Haaland. And that's just what I'm saying. I'm not laughing at Steve-O if he wants to captain someone else. I respect it, but I'm just saying, like, you play with fire, you got to expect to be burnt sometimes. And Haaland is definitely one of those players that just seems to be on. Well, I think he's going to get 40 goals. the way he's going. If he doesn't get injured, I just think he's finding scoring goals so easy right now. Kevin De Bruyne.
Haaland is the fire. You don't play with him.
You use Haaland for the best, and like you've got someone of Haaland in your team, you captain him because he is literally head and shoulders above everyone else in your team.
Yeah,
and that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is.
Like I was saying earlier about the whole risk reward for captaincy sort of thing. Like Steve obviously went with Maddison, which I didn't think was a bad pick. I put him in my ultimate fan team. I bet on him, etc., etc. But when you look at the difference and how many points Steve made up, it's not that many. So even though Maddison got 18, even though Maddison got 18 points, if you'd just captained Haaland, the very, very safe pick, had Maddison in your team.
But again, I make this point that at the end of the day, it's all if, buts and maybes, but I did say that Leicester are going to batter Nottingham Forest. I think Maddison could be, or Jamie Vardy specifically. No one expected Man City to walk over Man United like they do. It's down to Man United at the end of the day. I can't predict that. That's the one thing I cannot predict is how a team performs. I can go on basic understanding of how teams play, if they're open or not, or how teams set up, which basically my knowledge is nothing like, say, the likes of James from Planet FPL, whose knowledge is so far up there. I don't know how he's not managing a real football team. But the point being is that seeing Man City literally walk over Man United like they weren't even there, I could not call that. And I was more angry at Man United's performance than I was at Haaland getting the amount of points he did. And then the worst thing is that, let's just say for argument's sake, and again, I know this is all ifs, buts and maybes. I'm fully aware of this. It was one of these frigging weeks where it just seemed like all the, quote, popular players again seemed to have come through with double-digit scores. And the captaincy I went with actually, in theory, was how I expected the game to go, and I captained the player who I thought had the best potential outcome. It's just unfortunate for me that Haaland equaled him +5. It was just +5, wasn't it, at the end of the day?
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, then this is what I don't like about the game. You made a brave decision, you got rewarded for it, but the returns, it didn't make any difference.
Yeah. You got a participation trophy. Well done.
Yeah. And another thing I was going to say is how important a Mans is going to be this season. So, if you take a -4.
Oh, hit,
right?
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So if you take a hit, how important is that going to be this season because the leagues are so tight?
I'll tell you on Sunday.
Well, yeah. I mean, in hindsight, obviously, I just mean like in general going forward, I think probably avoiding hits if you can is going to be the best way to climb the ranks this season, purely because the leagues are so tight and we all do have very, very similar teams. And if everyone's going to captain Haaland.
Part of my hit, though, was to get away from what everyone else has got. That was the reasoning.
Oh yeah, like
so if you are going to take hits, then you doing it not. For
you have to go differential, in my opinion.
You're not doing it for the players that are going up in value that everyone else is getting, and you're going to have to be bringing in the likes of, I don't know, just to say some names, Aubameyang, for example. Someone that's got the opportunity of output in
Yeah, like a Harvey Barnes or them sort of players.
Jamie Vardy or something. I don't know. But
I think it's just because you will, if you do well in a week, you'll probably gain 5 or 6 points on the person above you.
Yeah.
But if you've taken a -4 hit, that now only becomes +2. And if you're going to have quite a lot of those weeks, it's going to take you a long time to jump above people in the ranks. So maybe sometimes in some scenarios, it's better to just have the worst player and accept that you're not going to take a hit that week, because other people are taking hits. So I think this season, more than any season, I think if you can get away with not taking the hits, that's how you're going to be able to jump points on people that are taking the hits, because teams are so similar and there's no differential captains that can catch you up. So that's my opinion on that anyway.
Well said.
But again, people may disagree. But. And then to the point you were making about Everton, I think Everton are poor, but they made 2 fantastic signings. Like, if you're trying not to concede goals, you bring in a Burnley centre-back and you bring in Conor Cody. Like, they were 2 fantastic signings. They need to work on it going up the pitch, but to bring in proven Premier League experience like that at centre-back was wonderful, I thought. It was very, very, very good transfers.
Well
And
said.
there's obviously people like Anthony that are going to get the spotlight, and Haaland, etc., who are important for their respective teams. For Everton, those 2 are huge, and that might be the difference between them staying up and going down.
Maybe they will be a tough nut to crack for the likes of Man United at the weekend. I'll get to my score prediction shortly on that game. But yeah,
when Burnley were in the Premier League, Steve-O will know this firsthand.
Well, we need to work on our defence, don't we? Conceding.
No, but like when Burnley were on form, no team wanted to go up against Tarkowski and Ben Mee, did they?
No.
Like that was a tough nut to crack. And for me, Conor Cody and Tarkowski have just been fantastic signings for. And if they can get it right going forward, Everton can potentially push for mid-table this season.
Yeah. Adul is saying, I have a feeling Haaland is blanking on the weekend. Well, wouldn't that just be funny? Hey, wouldn't that be really, really funny?
Again, it's sod's law. If I went with the Haaland captain,
it's gonna happen.
Or he gets 1 goal.
It's gonna happen. He's gonna blank sooner or later, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, my captain!"
But he did against Bournemouth, didn't
points. You know, and you know the.
Sorry, at this point, it's irrelevant whether he blanks or bangs.
Yeah, well, it's only irrelevant if you've captained him, and like if you're going to be different, like Steve Odin's going to captain Kevin De Bruyne. All of a sudden, Kevin De Bruyne captain, he scores a goal, gets 2 assists. Haaland's not involved in any of them. He's absolutely going to shoot like a rocket. Not only up his mini leagues, he's up the overall rankings. Just want to shout out current channel subscribers, 6,985 guys. We are 15 subscribers away from 7,000.
Oh, really?
If you're not already subscribed to the channel, then please hit that subscribe button. If you're enjoying the content that we do, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well. Get the likes up. Also join our Discord channel, which is free for everyone to participate in group hangout sessions on voice chat or in the text channels where you can share your team, talk about your team and ideas between who you're going to captain this week. But yeah, anyway, let's just go back to the topic. I mean.
No, just a quick one on the subscriber thing. I think people sometimes get confused. It's free to subscribe.
It's free to
and I think
Remember,
it's free. And on other platforms, it's not free to subscribe.
It is.
So, like,
on YouTube, it's
I think
free
just
to subscribe.
hammer that point of it's free.
It's free to
subscribe. It's not
subscribe.
going to cost you anything. Free to subscribe. Just hit that button. No problem.
Steve-O, do you want to tell people why they may want to become a member?
To hear Max and Paddy impressions.
There we go.
That was worth $1.99.
$1.99. You can watch Steve-O talk about his personal life.
In all seriousness, they're just more personalised videos. If I always encourage members to, if they want me to talk about their transfer moves or whatever, I'll spend 20 minutes deep diving into why they should or shouldn't or whatever. They're just more personalised videos, basically.
Yeah.
That's what people want.
It's a large milkshake once a month. That's the best way to put it, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, say that.
For about 20 videos.
I don't know where you're getting your milkshake. I think the last milkshake I had was like £3.50.
Well, from McDonald's.
Oh, well, yeah, large milkshake from McDonald's. Yeah. But they're not,
Steve, when
they're
you're
not
doing
really
your next
milkshakes,
donut challenge.
Oh, no, mate, I can't do them.
Against doctor's advice.
Yeah, against Steve-O's advice. I just can't do it, Boona. It's too... I'll be honest with you, it just fucks my stomach up for about 3 or 4 days. I remember Dre Zera, when he did his Krispy Kreme challenge, and he said that for 3 or 4 days he was just dead. And it's the same for me. Eating food like that, I can't do it anymore. Unless it's Marks and Spencer's chocolate twists. I could eat them all day. They are phenomenal.
Maybe you should do a challenge where every time you say "hold on a Sunday on a stream, you have to eat one of those.
Hold on.
I'd get a heart attack. I always get a heart attack when I hear that.
I'd happily do that.
Honestly, makes me pissed every time I hear says it.
I really do. Honestly, the anticipation, especially when you're not watching it all.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing, Boone. I remember you were on a
Bernie
stream
scored.
with Jason last year.
Yeah,
or the
exactly.
year before.
That was it, Steve. Exactly what Jason just said there. Hold on, Burnley just scored. I'm like,
We don't care about Burnley.
Fuck, mate. I don't care.
Like,
Steve, I care about Burnley. I'll back you up on this one. I care about them, but yeah, it's worse when you do a hold on and it's like, oh no, never mind, and you're just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
This is the thing. Like, I do like to think that there are some people that watch the show that are literally just relying on me and Jason giving the scores. Because I used to do it when Jason used to do the 3 p.m. kickoffs when I was unavailable, and it would just be fascinating.
Yeah.
When Jason would be on I'd just literally just focusing on listening to Jason, and he's just like, well, literally like, hold on, and then you find out, and it's just like, oh, why didn't I bring in that player? Or it's the usual emotions that go through, and it's all going to be happening tomorrow. All going to be
Do
happening
you know what it
tomorrow.
was? Do you know what I was listening into the other day? It was the Liverpool game where Trent took a corner, but you guys weren't sure if it was an own goal or a Trent assist. That was fascinating because I didn't have Trent, so I was hoping no assist.
Oh yes, yeah.
Like, Jason, I know you're usually out when Steve-O's doing the streams. Like, do you just like stop mid walk when he goes, hold on?
my
Hold on.
wife hates it when I'm listening to Steve-O. I've got my wireless earbud that I've got in one ear, and then the other ear is free for my wife and my daughter to talk to me. And I'm like this. I'm walking down along the river or something. I'm along the river, really picturesque, and I'm like this. Like, my eyes are just like focused on what Steve-O's saying. I don't care about the swans or the ducks or the and I'm just there going, oh, what's and then Steve-O will go, hold on, and I'm like, oh, we're stopping. I'm like, stopping, and my wife and daughter are walking ahead, and they're like, come on. I'm like, she hates it because I'm like in another world when I'm listening to Steve-O.
Do you ever hear Steve-O say hold on and then say to your missus, hold on?
No, she's got to the point now where she literally just doesn't speak to me.
Yeah.
It's like
I know all about it.
She's like, you're not really here, are you? No.
I think it's worse when Steve-O says a player that has nothing to do with what's just happened, and you get real excited, and then it's like, oh no, he just like cleared the ball 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Well, cheers for that, Steve-O. He's in my team and he's my captain. But
said a random name.
He had nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
But like I say, it's brilliant. It's great to watch.
Shall we go through the predictions, James?
Sure thing.
Just
Let's do
quickly
it.
go through them, and then.
I've got some bets on for this weekend, so I'll be interested to hear what you two have to say prediction-wise.
Yeah, let us know as we go through the fixtures, Max, and obviously Boona, let us know what you're thinking on these games as well, and Jason can talk through where we're going with it. What can I just say this right now? I am legitimately, if I could afford it right this second, I would do Isaac and Mitrovic out for Aubameyang and Costa if I could afford it. I can't.
Wow.
I'm 0.6 short.
Well, you can do it. You just need to just release.
It was a -8, isn't it? I can't do a -8.
Well, I did a -8.
Yeah, but your -8 was worth it. Bringing in Costa against Chelsea.
Isaac and Mitrovic out for Aubameyang and who?
Costa, but I'd also have to take out someone else.
Yeah, but
And there's no way in hell. I was looking at Kafau, but there's no one at 3.8. So I can't even find a 3.8. And I don't want to.
Fodder. Not even a fodder.
No, I don't want to destroy my team over just to bring in 2 players.
Sometimes if you can't do it, it's a message from the gods.
I'll tell you what. Why don't we have a prediction between us four?
Just need better team value, Steve. That's what you need.
Yeah, thanks.
Why don't we have the predictions between us four and see who does better?
Well, there's a score predictor game for that, mate.
Well, yeah, but I'll tell you what. If you guys beat me, I'll donate a $5 to the stream just for a bit of fun.
Well, okay. Well, I'll write them down. Then that's
hang on, I can write these on the stream now. I don't know if you saw the last one we did.
Yes, I did. Yes, yeah.
So I'll just do some scribbles on here. So I'm going to just do a table first and foremost. Let me just. So I'll get a line here.
If Boona beats me, I'll retweet all his recent tweets, which is about 5,000.
A line there.
Deal. And if you beat me, you still do it, Chip.
I'll do it anyway, just for the fun.
Line there. Right. Okay. Let me just hide the.
Is it just points for correct score, or is it correct result?
So
Or
I always do it as 1 point for correct score, 3 points for bang on.
right? Okay, cool.
That's how I always do it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Hang on a second, guys. I'm setting this up, and then I'll be right with you.
Let's just, while Jason's doing, let's just quickly read through some of the latest comments that people have been saying here. Never saying, I sometimes listen to score updates while driving or walking the dog. I'm assuming he's meaning to us. Connor saying here, Steve was just entertaining and interesting listen. I wouldn't go that
What about
far,
me?
but thank you, Connor.
What about me? You bastard.
Ramanathan, just make an Excel sheet, Jason. Dread FPL saying,
no.
Marks and Spencer's dark chocolate Jaffa cakes. Okay.
What's that?
Okay. Ramanathan saying he's a drinking game. Take a shot whenever Steve-O says hold on.
Yeah, and end up pissed after the first 5 minutes. Great game.
Brian Tavares, McDonald's vanilla. What do you think about this, Max? McDonald's vanilla milkshake. He's a fan.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I'm not a massive milkshake lover. To be honest, I do like a KFC Crush 'em. I don't know if anybody's had one of those.
Oh, they are nice.
Oh, mate, they're terrible. They're terrible.
What?
Get
They're
out.
they're so icy.
Right.
Well.
So, well,
There's a conversation killer. Thanks, Max.
Yeah. No, Boone has killed it by ruining my dreams of the Crush 'em. The Crush 'em's the one.
I like the Crush'em.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be what colour are you gonna be, Max? Let's just find a nice colour.
Purple, I like. Let's go purple.
Purple. Okay.
Let's go purple.
Let's have a 2-minute chat about Burnley anyway, Steve, while
please
Jason's
not.
sorting that
I've
out.
set it up. I've
The
set it.
fact that
I've set it.
against who are we playing again tomorrow? Don't say anything. Coventry. Where it's going to be 0-0 or 1-1.
I don't do
Nora.
Excel, Ramanathan. Literally, I'm useless at
Jay
Excel.
Rodriguez going to get on the score sheet again. I'm telling you, 15 goals.
It is crazy to
Coming.
think that he's doing so well. But he's the main striker at the end of the day.
Oh,
you know,
God,
he's an
you are talking about
experienced.
Burnley.
An experienced.
How many goals
forward
is he on?
that- 6, I think, this year.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
we've
you
still
look
got
into
the
Salem-
top
you
scorer
look
in the
into Salem
championship, but
January.
Exactly, yeah. So Jay Rodriguez, he scored 5 goals, got 1 assist this year, and you know, if we could score 1 more goal in the game, I think that, you know, we'd be doing exceptional. We just don't have the finishing touch, and then because I think any team have got a chance when it's 1-0,
Yeah.
especially later on in the game, and you know, I've seen it all season where all our games are just ending, especially at home, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1. It's
well, you
ridiculous.
conceded late to Cardiff
Right.
the other night as well, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
I hate to be the breaker of the conversation, but we're nearly at 5:15, and I need to take my wife.
Sorry,
wife
yeah.
Yeah,
Go,
you can
go.
get out as well.
So yeah,
Need fresh air.
I've got commitments that I need to do. So anyway, let's just quickly talk about the games. I've got to get through these yet. Bournemouth versus Leicester. It starts with me. I'm going to go with a win for Leicester. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win to Leicester on that one.
1-0.
Yeah.
3-1 Leicester for me. 3-1 Leicester, yeah.
Boona?
2-1 Leicester.
2-1 Leicester.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the same agreement as Boona. I'm going to go with a 2-1 victory to Leicester.
Okay. Chelsea Wolves. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Chelsea.
2-0 Chelsea.
2-0 Chelsea.
And there's our hat trick, because that's exactly what I'm thinking. 2-0 to Chelsea.
No Costa goal.
Well, like I said, I'll be putting 50p on him to score, but...
Man City Southampton. I'm going to go with a 4-0 win.
4. That low.
6-1. 6-1.
What? Okay. 6.
3-0.
3-0.
I think Southampton are going to score. I think James Ward-Prowse is going to pop up with one.
What do you reckon, Steve-O?
I'm going to go 5-0. 2 5-0 in a week.
Wow. Newcastle Brentford. I'm going to go with a Newcastle win. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win to Newcastle.
I wanted to say 2-0, but no, I don't want to say 2-0.
Oh, no.
I don't know. I just feel like they might score Brentford.
2-1 then.
2-1. 2-1. Well, yeah, let's go. 2-1. 2-1.
Okay.
2-0.
Blimey, no one giving hope for a Brentford goal.
Steve-O?
I'm thinking here that Brentford are gonna maybe cause an issue here. I'm thinking maybe 2-2.
Okay, 2-2. Cool.
Yeah,
If Rico Henry scores, I'll be happy.
Right,
Put it
last
that way.
in the evening game on Saturday, Brighton versus Spurs. I'm going to go with a. 2-1 Spurs.
So I'm going to go with 0-0.
Wow.
I'm gonna go 2-2.
Oof.
Wow.
Yeah, so Jace is going 2-1. Boona, you're going
You're going to make it different?
2-2.
2-2. Max, you're saying what? 0-0?
I've just got a feeling there's going to be a 0-0, and I think it might be in that game.
I'm on the same wavelength as
Cheers,
Jace.
Bailey.
I'm going 2-1, Jace, to Tottenham.
Okay, then we've got Sunday's games. We've got Crystal Palace versus Leeds. I'm going to go with a 1-0 to Palace.
I'm going to go with a 3-2 to
1-1.
Leeds. 3-2 to Leeds.
Wow.
Bloody hell.
To Leeds. Shit.
To Leeds, yeah.
I'm going 1-1.
Yeah,
Hang on. Wait.
yeah.
Hang on. So you're
That game's got goals. That game's got
3-2
goals
to
in it,
Leeds.
boys. Oh, yeah. Yeah, 3-2 Leeds. That game's got goals in it.
And what did you say,
I'm-
Boona?
1-1.
Yeah, I'm in the exact agreement, so I'm going to go 1-1 as well.
All right.
West Ham versus Fulham. I'm going to
I
go
don't even want to
1-0.
say that.
1-1. 1-0.
1-1.
Yeah.
This game's a stinker for a prediction. 2-1 to West Ham. West Ham.
Okay.
I think Fulham will score first as well.
I'm gonna go 3-0.
Nice.
Wow. Oh, that's a big
Nice.
prediction, I think.
I think with Mitrovic, Fulham scoring a 2-1 loss without 2-0. So I'm going to say 2-1, but without Mitrovic, they're not going to score. So I'm going to 2-1 officially, Jace.
Arsenal versus Liverpool. This could be a good game, I think. I think we're going to go. I'm going to go 2-2.
1-1 with a red card.
2-2.
I'm going same as you, Jace.
2-2. I think it's going to be high score. Although the history is suggesting
I don't think it's going to be high scoring. I think
to
1-1.
win heavily to 0. I'm thinking this is going to be 3-2 either way, and I'm going to go in favour of. Let's go in favour of Arsenal. 3-2 to Arsenal.
I get this feeling that Steve-O's Liverpool shirt's staying in the cupboard this year.
Yeah.
Everton versus Man United. I'm not going to go first on this one. I'm going to let you guys go. Go ahead, Max.
Oof. Everton v Man United. Who's at home? Everton.
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 Yeah.
1-0 Everton.
What?
I'm gonna go 1-1.
Oh my god. Steve,
Probably best you go first.
Well, Boona and Max have gone the kind of way I'm kind of thinking in my head. But I'm just going to say Man United to nick it 2-1. But honestly,
exactly
I like both
same,
Max and Boona's
exactly
predictions.
the same. So I've gone 2-1 as well. No, wrong. Sorry. I got it wrong.
Did everyone get that? Everyone clip Jason saying Man United are going to lose to Everton.
Yeah.
Shit. There we go.
That'll be on the highlights reel at the end of the year.
You reckon you're gonna lose, Jace?
No, I think we're going to win 2-1. Nottingham Forest on Monday night are against Aston Villa.
Right.
I'll go first on this one. I'm gonna say 2-1 Villa.
All right, I'll go 1-0 Villa.
1.
Steve?
Booners keep nicking my results here. Aston Villa can't score. Nottingham Forest can't score.
I'm 0-0.
That's why I went with 1-0.
I reckon I'm going to nick Booners. Yeah, I'm going to go 2. No, I'm going to sit on the fence, Jace. I'm going to go 1-1.
Wow.
That's a difficult game, I think, to call.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I just feel like Villa will get 1-0 back-to-back wins.
I said 0-0. Colm saying 0-0. Ramanathan's going 1-0. In the Crypto FPL saying 2-2 in the Arsenal-Liverpool game.
See, I think that game's going to be tight.
1-0 Villa.
I think it might be a 1-1.
Coolville on Twitch. 3-1 United. Could be interesting. That happens.
Is the first game at 12:30?
No, it's no 12:30s.
3 o'clock.
Right. Should we do time of the first goal for a bonus point?
So are we doing it?
Oh, for God's sake, we'll be here all day.
Are we doing a Saturday afternoon stream for those 4 games at 3 o'clock?
I am, yes. I'll be doing that.
Okay, I'll try and join you then for that.
I think it's important to do these 4 games.
Yeah.
Just to see what Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne do.
I may. On Sunday night I will be streaming the Everton Man United game. I'll be
you'll be doing a watch along to that one.
Yeah, Sunday night. Yeah.
Oh, sick. That'll be good. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant!
Because I've got Dallo and Martial in that game. It's on.
BT Sport.
Is it on BT?
Yeah.
So you want Man United to win, but you're cheering for Everton in the score predictor game?
No, I'm not. Shush. 2-1 United, I said. If we can get a clean sheet in that, it'd be absolutely amazing. But I just don't trust David Avdahea at the moment. He's just not doing it for me. I just want to say that I'm running out of time, so should we just end up by saying our final
thanks
thoughts?
to Boona and Max. Yeah, you take it away, Jay.
Thank you to Boona for coming on. It's been a while since we last had you on. For this amount of time, it's been a pleasure. Max, thank you again for all your support for the channel. I wish you the best of luck this weekend. Who are you going to captain?
Begin
with H.
David Raya.
Yeah. Look forward to having you on again. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the support. How many subscribers did we get? Because I kind of...
Did we get to 7K?
There's enough people, because majority of people that watch our show aren't subscribed. Like, the analytics are ridiculous. We are 13 subscribers. 13 subscribers. 3 to do. You can free subscribe to our YouTube channel. 13 subscribers on YouTube away from 7,000. Analytics show that, I can tell you now, that in terms of subscribers and our audience, the majority,
I bet it's like 20%, right?
Do you wanna know? So we got 18.5% of our subscribers turn on the notification for all notifications. But get this, watch time. So 31% in the last 28 days, 31% of our audience across every video is not subscribed to our channel. So
to be fair, that's actually really low.
It's really low, yeah.
Considering.
It was like 50% before, but to be honest, our video views are basically our community, right? Like we're not getting hit by the algorithm. Like our videos don't go on anywhere near the front page or the first or second page of the search results when it comes to FPL content. So the way that people find out about our content is by either just essentially getting in the playlist or play the next video, or it will come up on suggested. It won't organically give a good high search ranking. So yeah, we're seeing basically what's great is we're seeing returning audience week in, week out coming in to watch our shows. But 31% is still 31%, so we can still get to 7K. Let's do this, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Final thoughts, guys, before we end the stream.
Give Booner the first light.
No, there's nothing really I want to say.
Follow
apart from
Booner follow him on Twitter. That's what.
It's
Follow
been really
Booner for fake
nostalgic
news.
being back on.
It's felt weird.
Yeah.
Felt weird being
Follow
back on.
Booner for fake news. Get on his Twitter.
Follow Booner for
I
fake news.
think occasionally you should just throw truth in there and just throw everybody off when it actually comes in. So.
Noted.
But yeah, thanks for having me on. Much appreciated. And I hope everyone is well and does well this weekend. And I kind of want to see Haaland blank, even though I've got him captain, just to see everyone freak out. And just make the game a little bit more interesting.
It would be funny. Steve-O?
Sod's Law.
Steve-O, you want to end the stream with anything else?
Yeah, I'm just going to say that in the next once me and Jason go off air, I'm just going to do my members video and just do the score prediction history. And remember, the history's done really well this year, so it may be worth taking note of that. Members.
Okay. Wow.
Right, I'm off to Hangouts then. Been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been really busy. Before you go, it's been really busy, hasn't it, Booner, over the last few days?
Mate, we're in there every single day for the last few months. It's bloody awesome.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Thank you, everyone, for the support. You guys rock. I will see you Saturday with Steve-O for the afternoon's matches and Sunday evening for the Everton Man United game. All the best. Take care.